Good morning. All right, so I'm not really going bald. I just thought it'd be super fun to be able to talk about what we're going to be talking about today with our Facebook Live. In that, we've been doing this series, right, all month. This is the third day, the third week of how to be able to get the body that we want naturally, right? So we've addressed our eating, our nutrition, we've addressed exercise, and today we're going to address rest and managing stress and reducing our toxic load, right? And having that whole informed self-care. So how many times do we just want to pull our hair out and cause baldness because we're stressed and we're just, wigging out about something? So my solution is do something fun for yourself. All right, this is not wine, this is water. It is my wonderful lemon water. And how often, my question is this, I'm gonna go on a tangent for just a moment, okay? How often do we put aside the pretty crystal or the china for that special occasion, or wine glasses are meant to be only for wine, right? Who makes that rule that wine glasses are for only wine? Why can we not enjoy a beautiful glass, a beautiful stemware with our warm water in the morning? So, because it's all about us loving ourselves, right? And doing those nurturing things. And if I feel absolutely elegant holding a glass of wine, or a glass that is typically for wine, why can't I do it with my water? So that's my tangent for the morning. So let's get into rest and managing our stress. So there are three common problems a lot of times with stress, and there are three really great solutions. So stress blocks our healing. That's something that we need to dive into and to understand. When the body is under physical, mental, or dietary stress, it becomes inflamed and it's not able to properly heal itself. It also inhibits proper digestion. Stress really, stresses out our digestive system. So a body in stress is worried solely about surviving the elements until it enters a restful state, that it will not be able to properly digest our food. Okay, and then stress depletes our nutrients. So stress causes the body to run on adrenaline, and we don't want that. So when the body is running on adrenaline, it uses stored nutrients at a much higher state than normal. And so that's, super important. So if holding a wine glass with your water helps just kind of give you that relaxing moment, even doing your mocktails in a wine glass, in the middle of the day or in the evening is super helpful. Whatever it is that creates that relaxation within you is super important, because rest isn't just about sleep. It's also about calming the mind. So some really great ways that we can calm our mind and to be able to manage our stress and our rest is oils like frankincense, lavender, and peppermint. And the reasons for that is frankincense helps reset our fat cells, our white blood cells. It removes heavy metals and it calms our nerves, all right? So as simple as applying a drop or two on our palms, on the bottom of our feet, massaging it gently for 30 to 60 seconds will really, help bring our bodies into that state of calm and rest. And then lavender, it really helps with resetting and resting our digestive system. It helps calm anxiety. It also helps support sleep, and it can heal cuts and burns and all that stuff. Because even cuts and burns, that's a physical thing, right? Can create stress in the body. It's that whole, oh my goodness, something happened to me, and what do I need to do now? That whole fight or flight, right? So again, applying a couple of drops to the chest, the neck, massaging on the base of the skull with our index and middle fingers can be super helpful. And then peppermint, ironically, you think, okay, peppermint, it increases circulation, it increases alertness. So how is that going to help us with rest and managing our stress? Well, it also helps focus our mind, and it relieves tension in our head and all that stuff that can sometimes create even more stress, right? So when we're using an oil like peppermint, it just helps us just breathe in that calm of lavender and frankincense and all that stuff. So with peppermint, we can put a drop or two in our palm, in our palm, right, and rub our hands together to spread the oil on the back of our neck, wherever the tension is at. We can also inhale it even with the lavender and the frankincense. Super awesome. Remember, just be careful around the eyes because peppermint can be a little bit cooling and hot and tingly and all that stuff. So let's reduce our toxic load now. Let's talk about how we can do that. So there are 3 common problems of toxins, and their solutions are that when we store our toxins are everywhere, right? So they get stored within us. When toxins are introduced to the body, they are tucked away in little balls of fat to protect the body from absorbing the toxin, all right? So fat clusters form in the body as cellulite, right? We see cellulite and we think, ew, yuck, oh my goodness. But it's actually our body trying to protect us, trying to contain those toxins so that it doesn't get into our bloodstream. So things like chronic inflammation is a symptom of a toxic body, all right? Inflammation is the body's first response of protection. It stays inflamed until it starts to heal. So that's super important to understand. So decreased process efficiency, all right? So that's another problem, right? When the body is toxic or inflamed, all of the body's processes become secondary to ridding the toxins. If the toxins are not removed, all the systems start to slow down. So think about when you're getting constipated, think about when you have that chronic knee issue going on, chronic sleep issues, anything that's just constantly going on in your body, when we're feeling heavy, weighed down, our systems of our thyroid, our endocrine system is getting sluggish, right? So all of that is letting us know that our body is trying to rid toxins. So other things are trying to slow down. So some of the oils can be really supportive for that would be like the metabolic blend, which is lemon sassy, oregano, and melaleuca. So let's talk about why. All right, so the metabolic blend, what it's going to do is it helps dissolve the cellulite. It helps with our mood, enhancing our mood. It is a detoxifier, and it also helps suppress our appetite for the time for us to be able to really focus on what our body's needs are, right? So as simple as massaging a couple of drops over the skin, over the abdomen clockwise to activate a proper digestive system. On the cellulite areas with fractionated coconut oil, rubbing it on those areas specifically to give targeted help to help detox those fat tissues, to help get the body to want to let go and rid itself of those toxins that are being stored. Oregano helps fight candida. Candida can sometimes be a really huge stumbling block when it comes to our immune system and our body trying to heal, and it causes lots of inflammation. So what it's doing, oregano, is helping fight that candida. It's killing off parasites and strep and any viruses from trying to spread and all that stuff. So applying oregano, a couple of drops of oregano, lemon, and melaleuca in a gel cap and taken orally 2-3 times a day can be really helpful with killing off all of that bad junk that might be going on inside of us, to again allow our body to detox. Then melaleuca helps kill things like foot fungus. So what does my feet have to do with toxins and all that stuff? Well, think of our limbs, our hands and our feet are ways for things to be able to not only get absorbed into our body, right? But also to be able to try to release. But it's a big thing of absorption. So if we got things going on with our feet, then there's going to be things that are going to be going into our system. So melaleuca also helps fight systematic acne. Acne is an indicator to us that there's some toxin things going on. It helps boost our immunity, and it helps cleansing. So a couple of drops of melaleuca on the bottom of our feet, on our toenails, after showering, things like that, after swimming, exercise, can really help any fungus that might be going on with our feet that could then, get into our system. So super, super helpful there. So we've addressed nutrition. We've addressed exercise. We've addressed managing our stress and our rest and our toxin load, right? These are all lifestyle changes that can really help us when it comes to our informed self-care. So why is informed self-care super important? we're going to address 3 common problems of self-care and their solutions. Sometimes we just don't take time for ourselves, right? We think using a wine glass might make us look like we're not taking care of ourselves, or we're overindulging, or all those silly things that we put in our head, right? When for me, a wine glass makes me feel special. And it to me is a sign of self-care because I'm special. There's no reason why I can't have my glass of water in a wine glass, right? So one of the common problems with self-care is seeking the magic pill. How many of us want that quick fix right now, right? So everyone wants to have that one pill to fix all their ailments, right? This is especially true when we are sick, right? Everybody's different, so there is no magic pill for health. Inaccurate self-assessments sometimes with the same symptoms often pointing to different ailments. It's very easy for us to guess wrong on what is actually going on. And then a lot of times when we get into that panic mode of wanting that magic pill, we go to an OTC, right? An over-the-counter medication. And they have such horrific side effects. When an ailment is improperly diagnosed, the side effects of using the wrong medication are usually worse than having treated the issue itself, right? So we need to get to the root. So some oils and blends that can be really helpful with us with that, to help us have that informed self-care, to take charge of our health and to not go into panic mode, which then increases our stress, right? So to not go into panic mode are things like the digestive blend, which is digestin, protective blend, which is on guard, and the tension blend. So let's look at digestive blend, right? So it eases our stomach pain. So sometimes when we're stressed, our gut, right? We talked about that, how our gut can kind of slow down and whatnot. So we want things to be able to just not be so painful, to be able to help us improve our digestion, to soothe any nausea. And it's also helpful for motion sickness and to clear out the sinuses. So we can apply a couple of drops in our hand to rub on our abdomen, rub on our sinus area, rub on the back of our neck, rub even over our heart to be able to help us digest the stress that's going on in our life, or to digest what is going on with our physical health. So the protective blend, it helps boost our immunity. It's really great for household cleaning because this is the thing. Toxins are everywhere, even within our home, outside of our home. Even let's say if it's not in our home, we bring it into our home, right? So wanting to constantly make sure that we have airborne stuff, killed off, counters cleaned off. And the protective blend also is really great for when we talked about that whole chronic inflammation stuff also. So when you have any itises, anything, itis means inflammation, in case you've never known that. Itis basically means inflammation. So any word that ends in itis is about inflammation. So why not take charge of our inflammation, help really boost our immunity, and to be able to kill off, junk that can be causing that inflammation. And the tension blend really helps get deep into, sometimes we've got that tension that not only throbs in our head, but creates little light, sparkly stuff in our eyes that can linger and last for so long. And any of you who've experienced that type of tension in your head understand the very crushing feeling it can have, right? So we want to ease that tension. We want to reduce the stress. We want to be able to relax our muscles. And that's where the tension blend can really help us, dive deep into that. So we can create a roller where we put it around our head, anywhere where we're feeling that tension, those tightness, put on the back of our neck, on our temples, wanting to make sure and avoid our eyes always with any of the oils, right? So all of this helps us to be super informed and to be able to take that proactive medical care, to be able to seek out medical professionals who are willing to work with us to find the health solutions rather than just treat the symptoms. And that's what we're striving for, right? We're striving to be able to feel in charge, to feel in control of our healthy, natural lifestyle choices, and then to be able to feel super confident in those choices so that when we go to our wellness practitioner or doctor, we can say, this is what I'm doing for myself. This is what I've been doing. This is how it's working for me. How can you help me, work with me? Can we, collaborate on this together? So that is what making all these wonderful natural choices do for us and help us to be able to feel in control of our lifestyle choices, to then be able to make those healthcare choices that are not only informed because of our self-care, but then to be able to be proactive with our medical professionals, because we need them, right? We need them, but we need them to be able to work together with us as a team. So that has been that's summing up the 3 weeks of getting the body that we want naturally, mind, body, soul, spirit, right? To be able to focus on our physical health, our mental health, and our emotional and spiritual health. Super, super important, right? Wanted to let you guys know before I totally wrap up for today's live video is that I'm going to be running a 14-day challenge that is going to be super cool, super fun. It is going to start the day after July 4th, so July 5th. It will run for 14 days. If you want to learn a little bit more about that 14-day challenge of just, kickstarting, boosting your body, your health, all of these lifestyle changes to be able to make it into bite-sized, super easy, manageable ways. Definitely drop me a message below, a comment below, or private message me, or email me at kellyfrickconnect@gmail.com, gmail.com. That's kellyfrickconnect@gmail.com. And I'd love to be able to get that information out to you about the 14-day challenge. We need to be working on that super fast, hopping on this week, getting that put into action, so that come the 5th, we are ready to rock and roll. So you guys have a beautiful and blessed day, and I look forward to hearing how you are going to work on getting your body the way you are going to love it naturally. All right, remember, we are beautifully, wonderfully made. We are to love ourselves right here, right now, and to continue to strive to be the best versions of ourselves. You guys have a beautiful and glorious day. Bye-bye.